This is Chris Mckee coming at you guys from Alamo Music yet again. And what do we have for you today? We have some really cool guitars. Now, I was tempted to play a prank on you and cover up the headstock so you wouldn't see what I'm playing. But if you clicked on this link on YouTube, you already saw the title, so you already figured it out. What we have for you today is some really cool guitars from Fender, if you can believe it. And they're not the normal Fender acoustic guitars that you're probably used to seeing in stores. These are custom shop, high-end, all handmade, all solid wood acoustic guitars. And here's what Fender is doing. This is the shot over the bow of some of the traditional acoustic guitar manufacturers saying this is what we can do. And I'm going to show you each of these. They're fantastic guitars. Talk a little bit about what makes each one of them unique. This happens to be one of my favorites right here. This is Fender's Pro Custom Dreadnought. It's the TPD-1. It's got an Engelmann spruce top with a tinted lacquer, and it is mahogany back and sides. Like I mentioned before, it's all solid wood. Fender is going with a vintage vibe with this. Okay, so it's got hand scalloped bracing with a forward shifted X bracing pattern. It's got a one-piece mahogany neck on it. It's using a nitrocellulose finish for the lacquer. Basically, it's a shout out to the D28s, okay? It's got the same price point or similar price point. $26.99 is the sale price on this baby. Gold Grover tuners, and it's a custom shop. So for you guys out there that are familiar with Fender, if it says custom shop, it's never going to get cheaper, okay? But that's all well and good if it's something from Fender and hey, it's custom shop. But what does it sound like? It sounds awesome. It sounds amazing. They've really done a good job with this. The fit on it is impeccable. The finish is beautiful. The guitar really has a great vibe to it. I'm not a big Dreadnought guy. My personal main guitar is a Taylor Grand Auditorium. That's the kind of body that I gravitate to, but I love this guitar. It's a fabulous guitar. We're going to play a little bit later so you guys can get an idea of what each one of these sounds like. But you can take my word for it, at this point, it's beautiful. It's got some gorgeous appointments. Does it say Fender on the headstock? It does. But if you're going to be a brand snob, be careful. Because back in the 70s out in California, this guy named Bob Taylor kind of came out with some guitars that a lot of people turn their nose up at. And guess what? Taylor's a tried and true household name in high-end guitars at this point. So don't count them out simply because it's not a Strat or Tele but says Fender on the headstock. So with that in mind, let's take a look at some of the other ones. This is the Newporter from Fender. It's an all mahogany body, kind of concert-sized. Some beautiful kind of Western or Americana appointments. Got a nice little rosette going on there, reverse bridge. It's got the Strat style headstock, and it's a maple neck that's been bolted on. Kind of like the Taylor tradition, or Collings, or any of those that are bolting on their necks. It's got a heel on it, just like a traditional guitar, but it's not glued in like these other two guitars are with a traditional dovetail. Now, if you're turned off by the Strat headstock, look, I completely understand. We're used to seeing that in surf music and rock and roll at this point. But I want to challenge you, take a look back in guitar history. This is actually more traditional and more vintage than you probably realize. In fact, Martin's very first guitars that Christian Martin made in the Stauffer design had a very similar headstock. That's actually where Fender got the idea from. Leo kind of copied it from Martin, who copied it from Stauffer, who copied it from lutes and violins. So there you go, bit of history for you. Here on the other far end, we have a Grand Auditorium all Koa guitar. It's double A Koa. It's half the price of an all Koa from Taylor. So if you compare this to a K24, you're paying half to get into the Koa market. And if you don't know about Koa, it only grows on the Big Island of Hawaii. It sounds awesome. It only grows above 5,000 feet. You can't cut it down. You can't get it from anything but private land. So you're paying about $350,000 a log to be able to get a guitar at that price that sounds that great. It's fantastic. It's handmade. It sounds beautiful, and that's the point, right? So I want you guys to give these guitars a shot. I want you to come down and play them, or if you're not here local, fly in for the weekend. We've got beautiful weather here in San Antonio. You guys up in Minnesota, It's 70 degrees outside right now. Am I bragging? Yes, I'm bragging. So take a trip down to our Riverwalk, stop by. We're in downtown San Antonio at 425 North Main. We're a block and a half from the Riverwalk. You can also see us online at alamomusic.com. Give us a call at 210-224-1010 or 210-525-1010 and try these guitars out today. If you're local, rush in immediately, because I have a feeling once people start giving these guitars the credit that they're due, they're going to be flying off shelves, and they're very limited in supply. We're one of the select dealers that gets to carry them and bring them to you. So we're going to play them for you here and give you a chance to hear what they sound like. These guitars and more are available through Fender's Custom Shop. To find out more information, give us a call or go online to alamomusic.com. You can get them in a variety of finishes, woods, different neck, headstock designs, as well as with special inlays. So give us a call today. Find out more. Thanks for watching.